So it used to be if you wanted Office, you would go get a whole bunch of disks and go to your one computer that you could afford that was the size of a small refrigerator and plug in all those disks, work on Office, and then maybe 3 years from now, there's an update, you go get some more disks and put them in. Now, the way we work with computers is much more different now. We may have that big computer at home, but we have laptops, multiple computers in the household. You may have tablets, touch screens, mobile devices, smartphones. The way that we've worked with the computer has changed, and Office has changed with that. And we're going to talk about the latest version of Office, which is called Office 365. There's two versions for home. One is called Office 365 Personal. The other is called 365 Home. Home has been out for a little over a year. Personal just came out last week, and from what the names are, you can tell home is for a group of people. Personal is just for one person. Maybe they have a PC and something like an iPad or something like that. That's going to be perfect for them on the home front. We're going to get all the nitty gritty, what the cost is and all that, but we're going to talk about a few things about Office 365. If you're in a store, this is what it would look like. These boxes, there's no disks, it's just a code that you would get. But think again, Office on different types of devices all the time. That's where we're going for, and you can use it different ways because we are using computers in different ways these days. So one thing before we get into the matrix of what everything is, couple things I just want to kind of let people know that when you're thinking about Office in the cloud or whatever, and you have to download it, you're getting the complete Office. If you have a PC and you get Office 365 and you subscribe today because I've convinced you, you get the full version of Office. You get Access, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, Publisher if you're on a PC. You get that up-to-date version on your PC. It's actually better than buying those discs because you used to get a suite and you would think, oh, I use Access at work. I guess I occasionally like to use it at home because you're a geek like that and then we'd love you. But you'd think, oh, let's get the lower price suite. You get the full thing here with Office. So on a PC, Mac's a little different. We'll get to that in just a second. But you can download it, unplug from the internet, and work offline for months if you want to. Go to the jungle somewhere and work on your computer. You don't have to be online to use it. You can store everything on your computer, okay? The cloud comes into it, and we'll talk about this in a second. Also, the internet helps that we're always improving. You're always getting updates. If you got Office 365 Home a year ago, over time it's updated. Last month I noticed some changes in Outlook and how the to and the from sign works. So things are changing and improving all the time, and you get those updates. You'll see them pop up. They say, you want to update your version of Office, and it will happen for you right there immediately. So those big improvements or small improvements they will be there and work with you on Office. Also, let's talk a little bit about the cloud for a second. So the cloud really makes a big benefit for how Office works. Again, you can store stuff on your computer, but if you store it in the cloud, you get much better ways of working with it. For example, if you have an iPad, if you have a computer, if you store something in OneDrive, that used to be known as SkyDrive, or something like SharePoint or OneDrive for Business, you can get to the document on your various devices. You don't have to bring your laptop home. You could work from it from your iPad at home. So that's where the cloud helps on that. To me, the best part of the cloud is when you deal with a document. Everyone has done this in business. You have to have 10 people review a document. You send it out in email. If everyone sends you back a copy, you have now 11 copies of this one document. Plus that one person keeps on sending every an hour some other idea and they send you another version. And you have to work with all these different versions of Office. In the cloud, OneDrive for Business or OneDrive, you set up one product, you link to it, and then what you have is everyone gets that link and you just work on that one version. So you don't have to worry about 12 copies and attachments and email. You don't have to email. You can just IM the link to everybody. So that's where Office 365, I think, really shines in the cloud. We'll show some other aspects of that in just a moment here. Here's the matrix that we're working on. That kind of shows you some of the nitty-gritty of this version. So these are U.S. prices. Office 365 is available around the world. I was going to say hundreds of countries. I know it's over 100. It may be 200 countries. But these are the U.S. prices. So Office 365 just came out last week. It's $70 for a year, or you can do it monthly. You save 16% if you do it for a year. You get that full version of Office for your PC. If you have a Mac, you download the latest version for Mac, which is called Office for Mac 2011. Now, the next version of Office for Mac comes out, you'll just get updated to that automatically with the subscription. Now, I don't know when that is, and if I did, I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you that most of the time when the version of PC Office comes out, 18 to 24 months later is when the Office for Mac version comes out. So you can kind of do the math there. But you can download it for Mac and then also a tablet, like an iPad. You also get 20 gigabytes of storage. Now, if every time I talk about OneDrive, I say, if you do nothing else with this 15 minutes, go to OneDrive.com and sign in. Once you sign in, you can get 7 gigabytes of storage for free. You can store anything, Word documents, pictures, text documents, PDFs, doesn't matter. Do it, it's free. Try it out. If you have an Office subscription, you get 20 extra gigabytes of storage, which is about 20, it's exactly 27 gigabytes. 7 gigabytes of storage is about 20,000 Word documents. I don't think you're going to be writing 20,000 Word documents anytime soon. If you are, great, we have you covered. But that's a lot of storage people can use. Also, Skype. If you use Skype, that's computer-to-computer calls for free. If you didn't know, Skype also has a service where you can call phone numbers, so you can do a low-cost call to a landline in Luxembourg or France if you wanted to. You get 60 World Minutes free. So if you use World Minutes, you get them for free. If you've never tried it, it's a great way to try it. And again, it's always up to date. Office 365 Home, $100 a year. You get to use it on 5 PCs or Macs and 5 devices. So if you have a family of 5, which I do, and everyone has a computer and a tablet, which they don't, everyone could get Office on there. And everyone gets 20 gigabytes of storage for free also. Plus, again, up to date. Just to throw it out there, Office Online, now that's that free version of Office, formerly known as the web apps, that's free for anyone to use. You can get the storage. You can start using it today. Anyone can use it. The nice thing about that is, remember that document in the cloud that you send to people? If someone has an iPad, they can work on their iPad. If someone has no Office on their computer whatsoever, they still can see it with Office Online and work it. You control whether they just share it or edit it. So if you go to office.com/products, you can find all the products there. There's also, if you're a student or a teacher in a university, there's also a university SKU. We can talk a little bit later on the live call if we need to. Office 365, here's all the information that I just talked about. You can get some more information there if you're curious about it. Again, if you're looking for families, you go over to Office 365 Home. You can try that free for 30 days if you want to right now. After the webinar, you could try that. Download it and you can try it right away. Now, when to control for Office Home or to manage your account or download, you go to office.com and you sign in. I'm signed in here in the upper right-hand corner. I'm just going to press the Install Office button. And I'll go to my page where I can manage my account, my 5 people, my 5 machines. Now, you can see at the top I have 3 people on the account. I have myself and 2 of my daughters. My other daughter, she just uses that computer downstairs. So I don't need to sign her in separately because it's 5 machines. So if you sign up 1 machine and 7 people use it, they all get the latest version of Office and it only counts as 1 of your machines. So you can learn some information here. You can add users if you want to. You just press that button, you send a link, and it gives them information of how to get Office on their computer. If you need to remove people because they were mean to you, you can do that here. Basically what happens if you remove Office, it kind of becomes a read-only version of Office until it's brought back up. They don't lose anything. They don't lose documents off of the computer. They don't lose documents in the cloud. It's just they have to resubscribe to start editing again. Here's the computers I have. So I have 2 computers. I have a desktop and a laptop at home that I use. Everyone uses the desktop. And then I also have my 2 daughters' computers here. And so this is where I would install if I hadn't installed it on this computer that I'm working on right now. More information down the page here if you need to know about OneDrive again. If you need to learn how to get your Skype minutes, you can do that right here. And then here's with mobile devices. Now, if you have a Windows phone, Office is built right in. It's going to be the best integration between the computer and because the same company makes it. That's what happens, right? But Android phone, we have Office there. We have an iPhone. We've done webinars on all these, so you can go back and see those if you want. And then last month we brought out Office for iPad. So if you wanted to get the iPad, you can hit the Get Started button, and it kind of goes through how you get it on your iPad. Basically, Office for iPad is Word, Excel, PowerPoint. OneNote's been out for a while, but you can also get it on your iPad. Now, I'm not on a PC, so I can't go to an app store, but this kind of goes through the process of what you would do. You would just go to the store and download Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Anyone can download those for free if they would need to read documents. If they want to write documents, create documents, then that's where the subscription pops in. Now, to show you that kind of how things work with each one and how it works, I have an iPad here, and I'm going to try to turn it on. And we're just going to show you how it works, where if you have one computer at work and then you go home, how you can work on that at the same time. I have a couple screenshots here that I wanted to show you. Again, there's also apps for OneDrive, OneDrive for Business you can get. There's many other Microsoft products inside the Apple App Store. So this is a screenshot of PowerPoint. I'm going to open that up here on my computer. The thing is, it looks for your most recent devices. If you save something on just a computer, you won't be able to get it. But if you put it and sign up to a cloud area like OneDrive, like OneDrive for Business or a SharePoint site, they will appear on both things. So you can see I'm connected to my OneDrive at work, and SharePoint sites on my iPad. And I can see the latest things, that screen behind that's kind of grayed out. That is the stuff that's behind. That's all my recent documents. Now let me go over and show this. Now I'm going to go over to my PC here and open up this document called Desert Environments. There it is. And again, I have that same kind of screen here that's all my recent documents and all my areas where I find my documents. So that's on both the iPad and here. So let me do this. Let me prove that we're not doing this with mirrors. I'm going to connect to this on my iPad. And what you'll see here in just a moment is two people working. There it is. Doug Thomas is editing this document. There's two Doug Thomases. We've split the atom, basically. No. You could have other people, of course, working on it. Now, we have shown sometimes real-time collaboration. You can see both people in a document. That works in different areas with PCs or Office Online. It doesn't work that way with an iPad, but again, you're always going to see improvements, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that down the line. But you can see that there's two people working in the document. And now what I want to do is change something here on my iPad. So if someone can type in just a common word that I can type very quickly that's out of the blue, let's retitle this document. So if someone types, just go ahead. Access. Wow. Okay, access. Gee. So we're going to call this Access Environments. Okay. And I'll hit the save button on that. So it's going to work in the same time. And let me just kind of leave PowerPoint here. And we'll see if this catches up on that. And then you can see here, right down here in the bottom, it says updates available, and Doug Thomas is no longer editing this document. The other Doug Thomas, the one that was on the iPad. So that's real time, but you can imagine at the same time, again, you're working at home, you're working in the office, you don't have to lug the computer home. I hit updates available, and it will change it to Access Environments, just like that. So again, you can use it as real time, but really Office 365 Personal, you can use it on your PC, keep your PC wherever it is, your home office, whatever. When you have your iPad out, your Office documents are there. You can work on them, and when you come back, they'll just update automatically. That's that cloud connection that works so well with Office. Let's see here. That's about all we're going to do right now. I have links to where to get Office 365, some of the features, how to get started, all the things we talked about at aka.ms/personal123. We'll also have the video up later this week. Anything about the Office webinar series in general, we'll get back to our regular help and how-to stuff next week, aka.ms/offweb. In fact, next week we'll be talking about using video in PowerPoint, both in PowerPoint and PowerPoint Online. But for today's webinar team, thank you for joining the Office 15-minute webinar.